The next time you take out a magic marker to have something signed by you or the spectator, you ask, why do they call these magic markers? Well, it's because sometimes now you see it and now you don't. Sometimes you do and sometimes you won't. Sometimes they jump over here before you watch it disappear. Sometimes it travels back to where it came from, the back pocket. Watch closely, I'll show you a little bit more magic with this pen. All you do is give it a squeeze and it becomes a lot smaller. Yeah, a lot smaller. Look at that, how small that is, until you stretch it right back out to what it used to be, the original size. If you take the cap off and just give it a tap with the other part of the pen, a little tap will do ya. It disappears, it travels, the cap travels right back to where the pen came from, your back pocket. Last but not least, keep your eye upon the magic marker. They call it magic because now you see it and now you don't. Gone once again, just like magic. The props needed would be a Sharpie with a gimmick attached to the very tip of it, actually hot glued on there, which I'll show you in a little bit. You're going to need a badge retractor. You can find it in the office supply store with an extra cap attached to it, and a regular Sharpie. These are the items you're going to need for this particular routine. The Sharpie is gimmicked by taking a piece of plastic. I used a part of a small wall anchor used for hanging pictures up on a wall. I hot glued it to the tip of the pen. Then I wrapped a little bit of sandpaper around it to give me more friction power to grip it so I can flip it back and forth. If you hold it with your first thumb and finger, you can flip it back and forth, actually swivel it back and forth from in front to in back of your thumb very easily. You can use your first finger or your second finger as you see here. Either way, you simply flip it back and forth. It vanishes in an instant and is reproduced in an instant also. The routine starts off by simply flipping it behind your thumb and reproducing it. It gets vanished one more time. This time you produce it from in back of your elbow. The arm comes down and the pen is going to be swiveled around in back of the elbow for the production. It looks like this, the vanish and the reproduction. From there, it gets vanished one last time. The hands drop to your side as your hand goes in back. It deposits the gimmick pen and removes the regular pen from your back pocket. Now you're going to be performing the shrinking Sharpie by doing the old cigarette move of transferring it really fast from one hand to the other. It looks as though it shrinks and then you stretch it back out. You then go into a David Williamson strike vanish, easy to do with a cap. It disappears. The cap travels to your back pocket. Actually, it's in your right hand. Goes to your pocket. You place it in your pocket. Grab the cap that's attached to the reel, which is attached to your belt. You grab that cap and bring it out. Place the cap back on the Sharpie for the final vanish. For the final, now you see it, now you don't. When you drop your hand, you release it, and the reel will retract the pen right to the back side of your belt, concluding the effect. Here's another thought. If you hold the Sharpie as you see here, you can swivel the Sharpie from the palm of your hand to the outside of your hand for the production. And if you have an additional Sharpie in the other hand, which you simply flip out into position like I'm doing here, you can produce one, swivel it back, produce the other one into that hand, and by going back and forth, it looks as though you're producing multiple Sharpies out of nowhere. Producing one, it swivels back into your hand and you flip the other one into existence. Gives a pretty good illusion of producing a lot of Sharpies. Anyway, everything is all accomplished by this one gimmick attached to the Sharpie.